Well, we're on live with the customary 0 people with me. So I will wait a few minutes, but I have been, and she's concluding now, I've been watching Kyla Faye Rowland's Facebook Live, and I don't even have words. I just don't have words. And instead of the ministry part of this, as I normally do at the end of my little program here tonight, I'm not doing that. I have on my Facebook page her Facebook Live, and as soon as we're done with this, the ministry is going to Kyla Rowland on my Facebook page. That's how we're going to conclude the ministry part of Facebook Live with Les, Southern Gospel Music, Memorabilia, something else, and ministry. Memories and ministry. I got to write that down. And we will, that's going to be the ministry part. I'm not doing it because Kyla is doing it right now. She's concluding it. And we're going to go, I'm going to tell you to go watch it all live on my Facebook page as soon as we're done here. Kyla Faye Rowland, the power of God falling in her room, in her house, as she sings, gives the stories behind her songs. And no ministry from Brother Les tonight. God wants you to go and watch that. And so don't do it right now. It's on my Facebook page. It'll be there in its entirety. So when we're done with this Facebook Live, just scroll down one thing on my page. Just one. She's right under me there. And then click and listen to Kyla Rowland for the next hour. And man, turn off the TV. Just turn off. Nobody can be playing games, or everybody needs to gather around their computer screen when we're done with this Facebook Live and listen to Kyla Rowland for the next hour with her testimonies, her stories in those songs, and let God minister to you. Let God do a work for you tonight. And so that will be the ministry part of Facebook with Les tonight. Okay, but we have a special Facebook tonight. As we told you last night, we have Jeff Gibson of Heaven Bound. Brother Jeff, it's been years since I've seen him. Years. And we're going to talk to him. I don't know if he still writes or if he still goes out and sings. I think he's a high school teacher, a music teacher or something. We'll talk to him. But he's been out of Southern Gospel Music, the industry part of it, for years, decades. And man, what a writer and singer. And Heaven Bound, boy, when they came on the scene, they came in like a tornado. And I just cannot wait to talk to Jeff Gibson. I can't wait. We always do our commercials up front, and always got a few. I'm not going to do that tonight, except for I'm going to do one quick one, and that's going to be the old hat here. Now see, that's just a plain looking blue jean hat. Now it looks nice and everything, but we're getting it made there with the Old Time Preachers Quartet with your old friend Mike Holcomb there. You see Brother Mike smiling at you, then Brother Les, then Brother Adam, then Brother Tim. And so that'll be on this hat, and that's one way that you can bless and help the Old Time Preachers Quartet during this time of quarantine. And we're not singing and going out and preaching and all that. Oh, by the way, be watching my Facebook page. I am preaching a Facebook Live message for home to home, house to house, heart to heart. I forgot what it's called. I'm going to have to get all that information. But it'll be Thursday afternoon, 4 Central, 5 Eastern. And I will get that information and put it on my Facebook page tomorrow. Would love to have you come by as I preach. I might sing a couple songs or something. Okay. All right. So go to oldtimepreachersquartet.com for the hat. Okay. This is what started all of this rolling here with Facebook Live with Les, Southern Gospel Music, Memorabilia, Memories, and Ministry. This March 1990 Singing News. There you see TNN. Speaking of TNN, my show, Harmony Road, was on TNN for a few years, and it's still on a bunch of markets, a bunch of networks. See there, the Nashville network there. And I got this. They gave me this fan when I went and did a CMA event, the Country Music Association. They brought in TNN, and they had all their people that did shows on TNN, which I was part of that, to come in and like meet and greet people and sign autographs, that kind of stuff. And I got this little fan. So there's part of the memorabilia for tonight. But we've been looking through, and let's see, last night we talked to Ed O'Neill, the Dixie Melody Boys, because they were the picture there in the TNN article in Singing News in March. Now, as you continue to look through the magazine, here I'll show you a few things for the memorabilia part. Check out old Barbara Fairchild. She's cooking up something good there, and I bet you it was good. And this was the big story in that article. Really, the biggest story was this right here. The Hemp Hills disband. Check it out. The Hemp Hills disbanded in March of 1990, and there it is in the Singing News. I want to see if we can't get Candy on the phone. We'll talk about that sometime. See, there's the people and places, youth and gospel. Check it out, Joyce Martin. Check out Joyce Martin right there. Check it out. Woo-wee! Joyce, you were young. She was the youth and gospel music. Isn't that a cool little picture there? Then let me keep going. Okay, we got Western Trails. Let me keep going. We've got some ads, and we got another ad. And then Southwest News. Then we've got Connie's Corner. She's been writing for the Singing News for almost since day one, like close to 50 years, I believe. There's a story about the Blackwood brothers in Russia. Okay, let's see. Cathedral. Let me keep going here. Oh, check it out. At Home with Jeff Gibson. The man we're going to be talking to here in just a little bit. In the Singing News, March 1990, 30 years ago. Check it out right there. With the Jeff Gibson family. So we'll be talking about Jeff. And I've got some albums here, and we're going to listen to some Heaven Bound music after I talk to him. We'll hang up, and then I'll play some music for you. But man, it's going to be good. Jeff Gibson. No, it's been years since, I think. I'm going to ask him, how long has it been since he's been on Southern Gospel Radio or, interviewed and that kind of stuff. And I've got some, let's see, what time is it? Okay, yeah, we got plenty of time here. I've got some extra memorabilia that I'm bringing to the table today. This would have been about 1983 or 84. Hey, Greg. Hey, Phil. They were part of a concert that I promoted in the Chicago area, and I've got some pictures that only I own of Heaven Bound. Check it out. Jeff, Lawrence Taylor, Alan Ham, Ken Eubanks on the Pananer, Heaven Bound. Here's another one. Check out the tambourine there. Alan's got the tambourine going to town. Hey, Beaver Dillard. I got old pictures of you, Beaver, and Greg with the Kingsmen, way back when y'all were really, really young. Well, when we were all young. Let's see. Let me get another picture here. Here you go. Here's one that has Ken on the piano. You see Ken right there? See Ken? Heaven Bound, back in Chicago, 1983, 84, somewhere around there. And I produced a group back then, a quartet from Chicago called the Journeyman Quartet. And I had them open up on this particular night, which had, I think, Heaven Bound, the Kingsmen. I forgot, man. This is one of my biggest promotions in the Chicago area. And somebody took this picture of the Journeyman Quartet with your old buddy Les right over here playing the piano for him. Now, I was not part of the group. I was their producer. And so they just wanted me to play for them that night. And so there I am with the Journeyman Quartet doing a little Southern Gospel singing. And that fellow really bearing down doing the lead singing right there, his name was Vic Zabelka. And he sang at mine and my wife's wedding in 1983. The man was a singing machine. The Journeyman Quartet right there. So there's some of the memorabilia, but man, aren't these some great heaven-bound pictures? I mean, check it out here. Look at that. And those are some great pictures. My friend Donald Funkhauser took those pictures, and I'm trying to find the man. I'm trying to find the man, because hopefully he has a bunch of negatives on some of this stuff. And man, it's got some gold, and I want to talk to him about that. Okay, so we'll be talking to Jeff in a minute. I tell you what, let's do a quick song from Heaven Bound. I've got all this vinyl, and there's so many songs I want to do, but on this record right here, Heaven Bound live in concert, November 23rd. This goes back to 1985. This record right here, man, this is incredible. The songs on this record, one right after the other. I'm gonna go ahead and just fire up the very first one right here. And let's listen to a little Heaven Bound before we talk to Jeff Gibson.
Heaven Bound.
Heaven Bound. Here we go. Hey, Tim. Hey, Glenn. Tyler was incredible, Glenn.
Who was the thrown into the fire? Because before the king, they would not bow. But they said, listen, King, let it be known. We serve the living God, we're not alone. Well, I know my God can do it too, and there's nothing to it. I know he'll see through with sweet victory. When raging the airs are on the
Finally,
way,
gotta love it.
I know that he's able.
I gotta behave myself. Can you bang?
They marched around the walls of Jericho. They knew that they would fall. God told them so. Just like he worked for them, he's working now. I said, my God will never change.
Randy.
He has great power. Well, I know my God will do it.
This is great music,
There's
boy.
nothing to it. I know he'll see through with sweet victory. Well, when storms are raging, the air
You don't like the coronavirus, storms are raging. He's gonna fix it though.
well, I know my God can do it to him. There's nothing to it. I know he'll see through with sweet victory. When storms are raging, the air will rock the bed.
Way to go, Beaver. That's Beaver playing the harmonica. Gary Miller right there.
He's able, mighty.
What about Heaven Bound right there? I know my God can do it. Wow. We are getting ready to talk to Jeff Gibson in a few minutes. I am stoked. It's been 20 years, I guess. I don't know. And I don't think he does interviews. I think I've got a scoop going on here with Facebook Live with Les, Southern Gospel Music, Memorabilia, Memories, and Ministry. Wow. Okay, before the phone comes in, I'm going to give you some more vinyl here. There's another Heaven Bound album right there. Which one was this? Ministry. Yeah, speaking of Ministry, right there. Check it out. It's a sharp suit, Jeff. I Am With Thee. What a great song. Good stuff. Genuine. What an album. And this is the one that had the original cut of I Know My God Can Do It. Good stuff. We'll probably play this one in a little bit. Maybe their live version of We Are Those Children. Man. Whew. Oh, it was so good. Their music was so good. Here's one of their first ones. Not their first one, but one of their very first, I think about 3 deep. Thinking About Home, Heaven Bound. Ernie Peters was Kyla Rowland something else. I'm telling you, I want to go out in the backyard and preach to the squirrels right now. But we're busy doing this. There's Heaven Bound. This is the one with Gloryland, which I think was their I think that was the first single they put out before Canaan Land, and then Canaan Land is on this record. And of course, Canaan Land is a classic among classics. Here's, I think, album number 2 that they did. Yes, Incredible Rider. You're right, Greg. And then I believe this was the first album, just a black and white cover, no pictures on the back or anything. Heaven Bound Live. I believe this was their first one. And they were with Wind Chime Records, which was a new label at the time. And boy, oh boy, Heaven Bound put them on the map. So there's some old classic vinyl for you. And some really cool pictures right there. And now we're going to try to talk to him.
Hello?
Is this Jeff Gibson?
I mean, it is.
Jeff Gibson, this is Les Butler, brother. How are you?
Les, how are you, my friend?
Man, I'm okay. I'm doing great. I'm trying to stay 6 feet away from everybody. How about you?
I'm doing the very same thing. I tell you, it's hard to do, and I guess you're like me, brother. The biggest thing I miss doing all this is church. Just being at church with all you know, fellowshipping.
Yeah. We've been doing Facebook live church and all that. I think this Sunday we're going to try one of those drive-in churches where when you want to praise the Lord, you got to honk your horn.
I heard that. We've been doing the live streaming also. Only myself and a couple musicians and the pastor go, and then this Sunday he had me speak and say something, sing. But I just miss the whole congregation, and I miss seeing that groups are out on the road. And I know the groups are missing it, and I pray for them every day because I feel for them right now.
Yeah, it is really tough. That's for sure. But man, I got to thinking a while ago. I don't know how long it's been since the last time I saw you. I'm sure I probably interviewed you on one of the radio things, but I bet you it's been 20 years. How long have you been off the road now?
Last August the 11th will be 25 years.
Oh.
Hard to believe. It seems like yesterday because that was my life. It was what I fully intended to do my whole life. It's my first love, always will be. But after my horse accident, it got tough, and very few people know this except the guys in the group, and of course Becky, the agency who I love dearly, Norman, bless his heart. They knew, but that last year or so, I was eating pain pills like candy, and I was wearing a brace under my suit, and just trying to stay the course because that had always been my calling. But the Lord finally showed me, look, I've got something else for you to do now. And it was the hardest decision in my entire life, hardest decision I ever made, because I love gospel music. I love the people, wonderful people like you I met over the years, and working with awesome folks like the Kingsmen all the time, and so many groups. Becky blesses workbooks with so many groups, and to step away from that, the hardest thing I've ever done, Les. In 25 years in August, that is hard to believe.
That I'm absolutely I don't even know what to say about that, Jeff. That makes me 100 years old, I think. That can't be.
Me too, brother. To step out of a career that the Lord has blessed and been so gracious and good to us in, and step into a new career at that age in your life, I tell you, that was a scary, scary thing. It took a lot of prayer and fasting, but God is always faithful. And when He says, when the Bible says in all things God works for the good, He does. And the Lord He's a step ahead of us all the time, isn't He?
Amen. He sure is. So you went off the road, and you're a teacher, right?
I am. When I first came off the road, I was just still writing for a lot of groups, but I had, it's amazing. It shows how awesome God is, Les, that the whole 20-some years that I was singing, every summer or so, when I graduated college, I was a licensed teacher in North Carolina. I had my license and, of course, my degree and everything, but every summer or so, when we were off, I'd go to school and get a course to keep my license up. And the guys would always ask me, why in the world are you doing that? You're never going to use it. And I go, I know, but it's just good to, my dad always taught me to have a backup plan. Well, I never thought I would need it.
Yeah.
But the way God worked when I stepped off the road, I was just writing, and then the superintendent for schools here in the state knew me, and he came to me and said, would you consider setting up some music programs and working in public schools? And I said, well, I guess so. And got in there and absolutely loved it. And it's funny, right after I started doing it, Les, I had a lot of, when I came off the road, had a lot of pastors call me and offer me jobs. I was very blessed, very fortunate. Had a lot of them want me to a music director or associate or youth pastor or something. And I never felt led to go. But one day a pastor from Waco called me and offered me a job. We were talking, and he said, but Jeff, you're still in the ministry, right? I said, yeah, I'm in the mission field. He said, where? I said, public schools.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Boy, that is the mission field too, Brother Jeff.
The Lord blessed. I've done
Amen.
God had a plan. God always had a plan. But, man, nobody knows how much I miss the people in gospel music. I get letters and emails all the time, and I
I
still
believe
get
that.
calls to go out. But I can't travel far, but I'm very full. The reason they told me I never walk, so I can't complain. God has been so faithful, but nobody knows how much I miss it. They just have no idea.
Jeff Gibson, you have no idea how many people miss you, brother. I mean, your name comes up in conversation a lot.
Oh, Les, you're very kind. I tell you, when I first came off the road, don't get me emotional here, Les. When I first came off the road, I kept it quiet. I didn't tell a lot of people. Becky knew it because she's so dear to me, and Norman knew it, and Elders knew it. Elders Fox, who was, gosh, I love that man. He's such a precious gentleman, and a few people knew it, but I didn't say a lot about it because I didn't want a big deal. But once the word got out, and of course it was in singing news, I got so many calls from all the guys in Kingsland and Gold City, and George and Glenn called, and the Nealons and Karen Peck and Jeff East. You just named it. They called, and JD and James Blackwood. They were so kind to me, and they'll never know what those calls meant to me, Les. And just to have had those friends, and that's not even counting all the, just friends and fans that support our ministry all those years. So I've been very blessed, and know people like you, man. You and I go back a long time, Les, a long time.
Yes, sir.
Man, I so enjoy your music there, man. The Old Time Preachers Quartet is awesome. Y'all do a killer job. I mean, y'all are good.
Jeff Gibson, you know who we are?
Oh, yeah.
Get out of
Listen,
here.
man, I love y'all's music. Are you kidding? Yes, sir. I pull y'all up on YouTube. I hear on the radio. I love to hear y'all. Plus, I watch your videos, man. I love to hear you preach. You can chuck it out now. Like my granddaddy said, you shuck the corn down, man.
Well, you're very kind. I can't believe you know my little hairy-legged preacher quartet, the Old Time Preachers Quartet.
Oh, man, they do a great job. And Mike Holcomb goes way back. Inspiration's got a couple of my songs over the years. And,
Yeah.
of course, all the groups were so good to me. I've been very, very, very blessed. It's amazing how good God has been to me, but I'm sure I didn't deserve it.
Man, do you still write?
I write occasionally. I don't write as much as I used to because I don't have deadlines for a project and an album coming out.
Yeah.
I have groups call me pretty regularly and say, can you write stuff? I would write when I was doing choir workshops, arranging choirs for school. I'd write stuff for them. I've always written for my church. A lot of Sunday mornings I'll go in and I may have a new chorus or a song, and I'll get up and we'll sing it. And our church does albums every once in a while, CDs, and I'll write for that.
Okay.
So just when it hits me, I'll write. Of course, most of them I just take and throw them in a box somewhere, and one day I may need them, but I don't take the time to put them out like I used to. When you're right out there in the middle of it, it makes a difference. Like I'd always see that, I keep saying the Kingsland, but they're such dear friends, but we work with them, and Ham would always say, come to the bus with me. Everybody else, you would send tapes, or the record company would pitch, but Hamill had his own agenda, and he'd say, come to the bus. And we go to the bus, and he'd say, sing me all your calls. And
Yeah.
I'd sing him a few songs, and if I got past the first verse, I knew it might have a chance. And if I got through a chorus, I'm thinking, hey, if he ever told Anthony to turn the tape recorder on, I'm thinking, wait a minute, I may have a shot.
Yeah.
But Hamill and Greg and Fox and them, they would never tell me they were going to record it. Like we were in dating one night, and Hamill come to me and said, hey, I'm going to work on these new songs. I want you to hear this song we're doing. And inside, I'm thinking, man, why don't you do some of mine? So we come on, and the Kingsmen go on, and when they kicked off that song, all of them looked in the wings and just smiled at me. It was one of my songs. They never recorded it. So they were great for pulling things like that on me, but they were very gracious to me. They cut several of my songs over the years, and I'm always thankful.
Man, that's great. You know, I'm sitting here looking at some of the comments coming across. Here's Phil Tittle, a DJ, that said, up to my last program, every time I played one of those great Heaven-Bound songs, I would mention how much I missed Jeff Gibson. And then I've got a note here from Terry Carter that said, Les, Terry, and Jeff, the Wisdom Brothers, let's record.
That's right. Terry Carter is a great gentleman. I've always admired his talent, and such a super Christian guy. I think the world. Yeah, that'd be great. Me and you, Terry, we'd have to buy a bus and roll, wouldn't we, Les?
Oh, no buses, Jeff.
No, I couldn't handle that. That's what got me. When I used to leave to go out after I had my accident, I could leave home on Wednesday night and feel pretty good. But by Thursday, I was dying, and I'd come back on Monday and see my doctor every Monday for you. And he'd say, Jeff, as long as you're riding on that bus, going down the highway at night, 80 miles an hour, he said, I know you got a nice bed and a nice room. He said, but your teeth, your vertebrae you broke are like grinding your teeth. He said, I can't do anything for you till you help yourself. And
Yeah.
I finally had to say, well, I've got to come off of that. The last night I stepped off of that bus was one of the hardest nights in my life. I tell you,
I can't imagine.
Hard, but God's been faithful. God is absolutely faithful. Les, man, it's just so good to talk to. You know, I have a DJ that'll call me occasionally and say, can we do an interview? And Paul Howard's called a couple of times, but it's been a little while. It was so good to hear from you. Like I said, enjoy your preaching, and thank you for this opportunity just to come and be with you tonight, man. I appreciate it.
We got more weighing in here. Here's Gary Beaver Dillard, speaking of the Kingsmen, saying, hello, Jeff, miss you. And here's Greg Fox, Eldridge's boy.
Oh, man, I love those guys.
Greg is saying he is the man, privileged to be friend and ride and drive the bus a couple of nights in relief.
Oh, gosh, those guys are just the best friends in the world. We had some great times. Becky would always book us together to run a lot together, and I tell you, they were the times of my life. We could tell some stories, I can tell you that.
Well, hey, Jeff, I've got this March 1990 Singing News magazine, and I've been looking at some of the old stories and ads and putting it on this Facebook Live. And guess who's in the March 1990 issue? None other than At Home with the Jeff Gibson Family.
Oh, my goodness. Is that the issue that it's a picture of me and my wife and kids? Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep,
Boy, I totally forgot about that.
It's got a picture of you and your wife and son and daughter.
My son and daughter. Wow. Isn't that, and now my son and daughter are grown. My daughter has been married for a while. My son is still single, but he just got back from Italy. He is a unbelievable bass player, musician. He travels all over the world with a Navy band and plays. And he went straight in out of high school. He's finished 2 or 3 degrees since he's been in there. Just a phenomenal musician. And just such a humble and sweetheart. He's just a great guy. I'm very blessed with my kids.
I'm showing everybody the picture that they had in the Singing News there. So that was 30 years ago. So how old are your kids now? Because they look like they're like...
Lauren just, oh God, I hate to tell you because Lauren just turned 40, my daughter, last week. And 2 weeks ago, Hunt, my son, turned 32. We had 8 years between them.
Okay.
So, of course, you got to remember, Les, I got married when I was 9.
I believe that, actually.
You're very kind. But my wife and kids are, I tell you, one of the biggest blessings I did learn when I came off the road. I realized all the things I had missed for so many years, birthdays and ball games and family reunions and recitals. And all of a sudden I was at everything, and I felt like I was in the way for a while. They had to finally figure out how to work me in their schedules. But it all worked out.
Does your wife every once in a while look at you and say, boy, I wish you'd go back on the road for a little while?
Quite frequently, oh yes. Yes, she does. and my son always says, Dad, why did you come off the road? I could have been traveling with y'all, playing with y'all now. And I said, yeah, you could have probably been running things because he's a phenomenal musician. He loves to get out the old vinyls. He loves the vinyl, man. And he'll get them out and he'll get in and jam with those things and just play forever. He loves to do it.
Well, and I've got some old Heaven Bound vinyl out that I've been showing the audience since I've been on, and I played the first cut off of your live in concert, I Know My God Can Do It.
Down in Florence, Alabama?
Florence, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great album. And that was Jerry Edger. We had the best time that night. Matter of fact, Gary, I think Beaver played harmonica on that, I believe. I think he did. Yeah, I'm almost sure he did. And let's see, Dean Hopper had come to us 3 or 4 weeks before that and said, I understand y'all recording that night. He said, well, the Hopper's with you. I said, yeah, that's right. He said, can I play drums? So we sent Dean a tape, and Dean played drums with us that night. But Gary played harmonica. That was a fun night. One of the best-selling projects we ever had. God smiled on us that night. He really did.
Well, it's almost like a best of. Every song is absolutely incredible on this record. One right after the other.
Thank you, Les. You're very kind. I tell you that what happened with that, we had been with Wind Chime. We were with Calvary Records initially, did 2 albums. Then we left Calvary and went, was when Wayne Gaskin and Ronnie Drake formed Wind Chime.
Yep.
And Ronnie was at Calvary. He was a producer for the Hensons and all those groups. And Wayne, his office was at Calvary, because Wayne did all the booking for the Hensons. And they came to us and said, we're getting ready to start a new record label, Wind Chime, and we need a group to premiere us, and we want it to be y'all. And I said, well, we're still on contract with Calvary, although we weren't happy at that present moment. because we had just recorded, it's known as the Thinking About Home album now, but we initially recorded it with Calvary and called Graduation Day. Brother Parkinson, I love him to death, but he was not sold, nor his AR people, on Canaan land. They didn't think Canaan land would do anything. And we were telling them, man, this song on the road, God is using it. And they wanted another single. So long story short, we were not happy. We went to him and said, can we buy our contract? And so he said, if you'll buy all the products, sheet music, everything I've got in the warehouse from Heaven Bound, I'll let you go if you're unhappy. And so the night that Canaan Land won Song of the Year in Nashville, I'll never forget it. I was coming off stage, and I saw some of the Kings were there hugging Gold City and cathedrals. When I got to the bottom of the steps backstage there in Nashville, there stood Brother Nelson Parkinson from Calvary, and he put his hand out, and he said, boy, was I ever wrong. Please forgive me.
Yeah.
That's okay. So when we went to Windchime, we were there with 4 albums, and when we left Windchime and went to the Benson Company, Heartwoman, that's when Wayne Hilton wanted to do a project but have all those songs on it. He said, you guys really need a live project. So that's when we decided on the Florence, Alabama, because we love the state of Alabama. It was a great area for us. So we put all those on there, and it turned out being a pretty good album. I was proud of it.
Man, you mentioned Jerry Edgell. Do you know he's still on the air? I talk to him all the time.
Oh, yeah. Jerry and I, we message on, he'll message me on Facebook and say, pray about this and that, or how you doing, buddy, or I miss you. Jerry was just, he's like you, Les. He's just one of those gentlemen that have great standards. Their character is beyond question, and he's just a super, super gentleman like you. We love Jerry. He was very, very good to our ministry over the years.
Yeah, Jerry's a good man. I love him too.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Well, Brother Jeff, I'm not going to keep you all night, man. I've had a big time, and if you don't mind, maybe sometime in the not too distant future, we'll do it again and talk about some of the songs that you wrote, maybe some of the stories behind them, and just do it again if it's okay.
Brother Les, I'll be glad to do it anytime, brother. You give me a holler and anything I can do. I think my wife was watching you earlier before I came in the house, and she said you mentioned something about Glory Land. We actually did release Canaan Land first. We were going to release Glory. We were going to release Glory Land, but now think back, Les, and I'm sure you remember this. While Canaan Land was out, the Greens were up and coming. They hadn't had a hit yet.
Oh, yeah.
They loved Glory Land, so they went to the studio and recorded Glory Land.
Yep.
And they put it on the charts.
You're right.
I didn't mind at all. So that was their first charting song. And after they released it, we didn't release it, but it did extremely well on the radio once the DJs got the album. Back then they sent out 45s first.
Yeah.
Once they got the album, DJs played Glory Land, so it did well for us. And I think my wife, when I came in a while ago, she said he was talking about Canaan Land and Glory Land. I think I got right what she was telling me.
No, she's right. She heard it correctly, and yes, I am being corrected as I should be, because that was not right. And you're right. Now that you say it, I mean, I played the fire out of the Greens version of it. They did that, they did the Greens thing. They sounded like the Rambos. They put that Rambo feel on it.
It was totally different from us.
Yeah.
It was just a phenomenal cut. I mean, Brother Everett Green called me when they cut it and said, do you mind that we cut this? And I said, well, I started to say, well, if you've already cut it, what does it matter? But he said, well, let me play it for you over the phone. So he did. And then Kim got on, and Tony, and they just got on the phone and thanking me for it. And I'm like, man, y'all sound, it was an incredible cut. It was really awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
I was honored. So all those songs over the year, I was very blessed, and still as groups record them now. I think Gaither now on the homecoming thing, they've recorded Canaan Land, I think 4 times now. So he's
That's
been very
great.
gracious with that. I've been very blessed, but it's nothing I've done. It's nothing but the Lord, and he's faithful. But man, anytime you give me a call, Les, you are so good to us over the years. Anything I can do, brother, I appreciate it. I'm praying for you, encourage you, and appreciate all that you do, man. I really do.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Bless you, brother. I'll holler back at you.
All right, brother. We love you, man.
Love you, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Jeff Gibson of Heaven Bound. Good night of living. Now, how cool was that? He's been off the road 25 years. And to me, it feels like yesterday. Wow. Time is really something else. Okay, so we played some Heaven Bound. I want to play some more. Let me see. Oh, we got to do We Are Those Children. And I don't know if I can, let's see here. Where are we here? That is just, let me see. All right, hang tight. Let me see if I can find it here. All right, let me see if I can find it. Let's try this.
I sing the tenor part. My name is Alan Ham. Would you make all of Heaven Bound welcome tonight?
Gibson of Heaven Bound. I don't know if this is where those children in the old-fashioned way.
When I think of heaven, a land of no tears,
This is good too.
a place of no heartaches, no burdens, no fears. My soul starts rejoicing for the joy it brings then. Just to know I'm ready for the Lord to come again. I'm so happy, for I have no doubt. I'm trusting in Jesus, that's why I can shout. I know that He'll keep me wherever I go, and it's so good just to know. Just to know that I'm waiting for the trumpet to sound. Just to know I've been washed in the blood of the Lamb. Just to know when Jesus comes, I'm ready to go. It's so good just to know. There was some lady who said we can know
They were so punchy in their
when Jesus
harmonies.
comes, we'll be ready to go. But they were so wrong, for in His Word I can see. By faith I can know that I'm a child of the King. So if you don't know Him, you better not wait. It's time to accept Him before it's too late. The peace will come in and it will
It's
feel
been 2 decades since I've heard this. I still remember every word. That's how much I listened to it.
just to know I'm waiting for the trumpet to sound. Just to know I've been washed in the blood of the Lamb. Just to know when Jesus comes, I'm ready to go. It's so good just to know. Just to know when Jesus comes, I'm ready to go.
You just missed Jeff Gibson. Okay, so they must have the jacket and the album must differ. They must have made some sort of a mistake because it said that we are those children. That's the one. Okay, so this is a medley. Let's go through this. Okay, let's do this. This will be the last one that we play from Heaven Bound tonight. It's a medley of a whole bunch of songs. And
50
they're all
songs
great.
that we've recorded that were written by Jeff.
50
We've taken
songs written
some
by Jeff.
of the most requested songs and put them together in a medley. We're going to share them with you right now.
One of my favorites.
They fled from Egypt with old Pharaoh behind, hoping
That
the
punchiness
promised
from Heaven
land
Bound.
soon they would find. God's chosen people, they were willing to stand. They would not give up till they reached that fair land. We are those children the Bible talks about, just like those children of Moses and I were. We've been in the wilderness for 4 months too long. We are God's children, soon we'll be home. We've read in the Bible about God's power on the day of Pentecost. They were on one accord, seeking the Lord when the Spirit fell on them all. Now that same Spirit that lived back then is still alive today.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing in the world that'll take the place of the old-fashioned way.
Amen, Brother
There's
Jeff.
nothing in the world that'll take the place of the old-fashioned way. When the Spirit
The jacket
of God
had a
comes
good
down
friend.
so strong and the saints begin to pray, rejoicing and singing praises all ringing out the old and meeting days. There's nothing in the world that'll take the place of the old-fashioned way. There's nothing in the world that'll take the place of the old-fashioned way.
Oh, yeah.
I walk through
Great song here.
a valley so dark and so low.
Bless you, Brother Jeff. Honored that you
The
talked to me tonight.
sun did not shine there, but a lily
Hello, Tammy. Hello, Terry.
I cried to my Father
Gibson, all of heaven bound. Jeff was my guest tonight. We got to talk to him, and it's been 25 years. Whew. Where does time go? Well, did you enjoy tonight? Man, I did. I'm going to call Jeff again. We're going to do this again, and I'm going to have him talk about how he wrote some of these great songs. And let's see, tomorrow night, matter of fact, I may have to miss a couple nights. You may not see me till Friday night, because we got some church things going on Wednesday night and Thursday night for the essential team or whatever for Wednesday night. We still can't congregate in the church. Hopefully we're getting closer to being able to do that. And then Thursday night, a men's thing with our pastor. And so might not be able to do Wednesday and Thursday night this week. I know. I hate that, but that's the way it is. We've got other things to do that the Lord has for us. And so I'm going to do those things. But we will get back to March 1990 Singing News Magazine, and I'm not sure where we're going to head after this. Thank you, Beaver. Thank you, Terry. And they sang with such feeling. Man, did they ever. Good night of living, man. Heaven bound. They were just special. So I don't know where we will head for the rest of the March 1990, but we'll head someplace really good. And no telling what we will... where else we'll go after that. Okay, so let me do this real quick. Don't forget, while they last, we got a few of them left. Southern Gospel's new hat there. Old Time Preachers Quartet with Brother Mike smiling at you, Brother Les smiling at you, Brother Adam smiling at you, Brother Tim smiling at you. It's going to be on that blue jean hat right there, and it's going to look like that right there. And go to oldtimepreachersquartet.com, the store, and go ahead and get you 1 or 12, okay? Okay, so for the ministry part of this tonight, like I told you early on, Sister Kyla Faye Rowland was on doing a Facebook Live before me. Matter of fact, I missed the last few minutes, like the last 5 or 10 minutes. So as soon as I finish this, which is going to be in the next minute, the ministry tonight is for you to stay on my Facebook page. And where you're seeing my Facebook Live right now, look one story underneath and you will see Kyla Faye Rowland. Click on that, and she has your ministry for tonight, because God showed up and she sang and testified and told the stories about how some of the greatest songs in the history of Southern gospel music, how they were birthed. And God showed up. I'm sitting in my chair just having church for an hour. And so the ministry tonight, I'm bowing out, and we're giving it to Sister Kyla Faye Rowland, because I want you to be blessed before you go to bed tonight. This would be a great thing to do. The last thing you do before you go to bed, watch this Kyla Faye Rowland Facebook Live and let it forevermore bless your soul tonight. All right. We'll see you maybe Thursday night, probably Friday night. Stay tuned. Watch the Facebook page. And don't forget, watch my Facebook page. I'll be doing a Facebook Live preaching for House to House, which is a ministry based out of, I think, North Carolina, and it's in association with a preacher overseas. And so they won't be preaching Thursday, and so I will be preaching, Lord willing, at 4 Central and 5 Eastern, and I'll get a link on my Facebook page, and we'd love for you to join us then, okay? God bless you. Jeff Gibson, Heaven Bound. What a wonderful night tonight. Go stay on my Facebook page, Kyla Faye Rowland. It'll bless you right now.